Matt here with Mobile Solar Consulting. Today we're going to give you a walkthrough of our company trailer. So this is a 2024 Winnebego Micro Mini trailer. It's about 18 feet long on the interior, 21 feet long on the outside. We managed to fit 1,000 watts up on the roof. We replaced the air conditioner with a Furrion Chill Cube. We replaced the fridge with a super efficient 12-volt fridge. We replaced the batteries with 24-volt lithium batteries. We've got the multi-plus in there. Everything in the trailer is pretty much self-sufficient. It runs off-grid 24/7. So let's show you how we made that happen. So first, let's take a look at the roof and show you how we fit 1,000 watts up there. So this is our company trailer. It's what we take to events to showcase. It's also what we use to go out in the field to visit you and do your installs. And it's what me, Caroline, and Sailor use to go camping out in the Keys where it's nice and hot and we want to run the AC all day. So we understand what it's like to live off grid, and here's how we made that work in this trailer. So as you can see, it's a pretty tight fit up here. We've got the 200 watt panel that came with the RV, and we added 3 more of those. Then we added 2 100 watt panels to reach the 1,000 watts we wanted to have on here. We also were able to fit a max air fan where the stock factory fan was. And then we replaced our GE air conditioner with a Furrion Chill Cube. This was such a game changer. We have noticed our energy use just go way lower. The Chill Cube basically can run 24/7 if I set it to 86, so it can actually dry this thing out, dehumidify the trailer when we're in storage, and the solar will keep the battery running. Sailor, what are you doing in here? So we've used our Furrion Chill Cube and used the non-ducted version to point the air right at our bed area. So we're getting the most efficiency we can out of our air conditioner because we're cooling the bed area first where we're sleeping, and then the air is trickling through to cool down the rest of the camper. But this is really the area we care about cooling. So we're saving a bunch of energy there. And we've replaced the fridge with this Norcold N10 DCX. This thing is super efficient. It runs on 12 volt, and compared to my old fridge, which used about 375 watts, this is night and day. So this stays cold 24/7. Let's show you how we power this 12 volt fridge with our 24 volt battery bank. In here, we've got our multi-plus inverter charger. We've got our MPPT on the ceiling, and we've got our Orion DC to DC charger, but this is not charging from my alternator. This is actually taking power from the 24 volt batteries, which are behind me, and sending it to the 12 volt battery, which is still on the tongue of my trailer. So that 12 volt battery will still operate the jacks, it will still operate the lights, and of course the fridge. A few more goodies in here. We've got the Lynx distributor and the Lynx shunt. The Lynx shunt is keeping track of the battery percentage of the 460 amp hours of 24 volt batteries we have right behind me. We've got the battery protect, which is preventing us from draining our batteries completely to empty. We've got the Serbo GX, which is monitoring the whole system, and the GX 4G LTE, which actually gives our Victron system monitoring even when my RV does not have Wi-Fi. So no matter where we are, and no matter what the battery percentage, for the most part, we always have monitoring. We don't have to be running our Starlink to keep an eye on the system and change settings. We do have an outlet here as well that I've been using for Starlink, and it's programmed to turn off when the batteries reach about 20% state of charge. That way, if I want to run my internet overnight, I don't accidentally drain my batteries powering something I don't really need. We normally install the touchscreen in the living quarters, so typically that'll be located by your step area, but in this case, we use this as a display when we go to events, so we wanted people to be able to see everything all in one place and not have to show the inside of our RV that we may be living in while we're at the show. This is the Sterling DC to DC charger, so this pulls energy from my truck's alternator as we're driving, and it charges the batteries faster than the air conditioner uses power, so we can cool everything down before we get to the campground and still know that we have 100% battery when we get there. We've got a Lynx power in module here so that we can easily connect and disconnect different battery types and test them out. We've gone through 4 or 5 types of batteries in here. Right now we're using the ComVolt batteries. They're 24 volts, 230 amp hours each, and we'll have to get back to you about how they perform. But this does make it easy for us to disconnect and reconnect different batteries if we want to try them. When I first installed the system, my pass-through was getting very warm, and we had a fan just circulating the air from within the pass-through, but it's well sealed in here. So we took the fan and put it on the floor and drilled a hole through the floor of the RV. So now all the heat stays in this plexiglass compartment and then just gets exhausted out the floor. Here's the cable we use to connect the DC-DC charger to my truck's alternator. We've left a bunch of extra slack in this wire, which we normally don't do. You want that wire to be as short as possible, but we upsize the wire and increase the length because sometimes we're using this for events where we do not have electricity and we've got to park the truck over here and the trailer over here to fit into, you know, a booth space, and that way we can always supply our trailer with power. Thanks for coming along the tour of our trailer here. If you're looking to do a solar install on your Winnebego trailer, I hope this was helpful. If not, this one's for sale and you can buy it ready-made.